Hello and welcome to Invictus Motors. We're in 2023, so happy new year. We've got a Range Rover Sport with us. This is the 2014 plate V8 with a 4.4 litre engine. This is in a pretty incredible specification, so I will be discussing why you should perhaps buy the 2014 plate Range Rover Sport, one with a 4.4 litre, the V8 engine, and why this one in particular. That's because obviously from the obvious you can see this has got the SVR body kit including the exhaust system. Now lastly, this is the Autobiography edition, therefore it comes in pretty well spec'd on the inside and also on the outside. So let's get into this. But before we can, don't forget to subscribe. And I also wanted to say thank you for watching our videos. We make money through YouTube, which gets donated to a UK registered charity, which gets used doing a ton of good work back at home in Afghanistan, which is where we're from. So thank you for all the support you throw our way. Now, firstly, let's just open up the hood and tell you about the engine. Now, why this engine in particular on the Range Rover Sport? As I said, this is the V8 engine. It's the 4.4 litre, which produces 335 bhp, 700 Newton meters of torque, and the 0 to 62 miles per hour is possible in 6.9 seconds. The top speed is 140 miles per hour. And in terms of MPG combined, you're looking at anything between 25 miles per gallon to 32 miles per gallon. And in terms of the motorway MPG, you could get up to about 40 miles per gallon. The reason I prefer this engine over the base engine in the Range Rover Sport is because personally and generally the bigger, larger displacement engine gives you a rather good average MPG in comparison to the smaller engine. Also, the car doesn't put as much stress on the 4.4 litre engine as opposed to the smaller engine. And overall, if you're going to be doing, let's just say, taking this to 100,000 or 80,000 miles, I think it's probably better and more reliable as a car putting that on the 4.4 litre engine as opposed to the smaller 3 litre base engine. Just from the overall torque and bhp, the handling and the responsiveness aspect side of things, the 4.4 litre wins in every single department. Now let's close this hood and talk to you a little bit on the exterior. In terms of the exterior, this has the SVR body kit. This, in terms of a kit alone, standalone, can cost you anything from 3 grand to 4 grand, and at probably similar cost to actually fitting this kit at a professional body shop, depending on how it's actually provided to you. So it's a big, huge selling point having one of these kits, because it combined with a private plate, it kind of makes this car ageless. And it's a bit of a head turner because you look at it and you're like, wow, this is impressive. It's an SVR. And then all the sort of little touches in terms of the grills and what you see here on the side, the fact that this has the side folding door mirrors, the 22-inch rims with the red calipers, the side step. And overall, as you come over to the back of the vehicle, this is where the stance of the Range Rover Sport completely transforms itself, particularly with this lovely exhaust system. What we're going to do is get behind the wheel and tell you a little bit about the driving side of it, the responsiveness, and when we return back, we'll talk about the interior. Now, in terms of the keyless entry and exit, literally at a press of a button, this should be closing. And then if I just literally walk up to the door with a key in my pocket, the car has unlocked. Now I can just leave my keys in a bag or in a pocket, whatever that may be. Now immediately, just from sitting into the inside of the vehicle with the beige leather, this Windsor leather interior, it feels like the car on the inside is extremely roomy, and that's just because the leather is of a very inviting and a color that kind of makes a space look bigger than it is. So that's a very nice optional to have from brand new on one of these. If you're somebody that suffers with cold hand syndrome in the winter, you've got the heated steering wheel, so at a press of a button, turn that on. This entertainment control here has practically got everything you need in terms of your audio, video, navigation, mobile phone connectivity. Your parking sensors at the front, parking sensors at the rear, and the rear view camera, it's all up there, very handy and easy from an access point of view. In terms of switching on the seats from a heated seats point of view, literally at the press of a button, you just press that button for the seats, and then press it one up. Heated seats are on in full control. And if you need to switch on the heated seats at the back for your kids, you can simply press that rear seats button there and turn on the heated seats, let's just say, for the passenger sitting behind the driver. So it's very helpful, very handy there. This is done rather low miles right now. It's done circa 47,000 miles at the minute as it stands. So overall, from a responsiveness and from a handling point of view, this feels and drives like brand new. So there's no knocks or any unwanted sounds anywhere from the suspension on the vehicle. At the end of the day, this is a very luxurious car, and the Sport is all about it also handling well, and it being of a size that it's easy to manage, easy to drive, both for a male or a female. Now, just from a performance point of view, this picks up speed incredibly well. As I said, it does 0 to 62 miles per hour in 6.9 seconds. The top speed is 140 miles per hour. Now, the 2014 plate Range Rover Sport, my whole idea of doing the video is to tell you why you should buy one of these and why I think they are extremely great price for what they are and for the kind of a car you get. This obviously being the autobiography, full spec, optional, you know, you've got everything you really need on a car like this. It's handy, it's good to have, but from this having the 4.4 litre diesel engine, not only is it economical, it's got a lot of torque, 700 Newton meters of torque, and then in terms of a bhp, 335 bhp. You practically, from a performance side of things, it's got everything you need it to offer to you, and I don't think much can be argued against that side of things. And also the economy in terms of the MPG, that is not compromised in any way, form or shape. Now, if you need to switch on the cruise control, it's quite easy. You've already got the gap set. You literally just press the set plus button, cruise control is activated. I'll pull in here just to explain and show you what it's like just from, you know, moving it around in a car park. You've obviously got the rear view camera, as you can see, checks surrounds for safety. Nothing beats the eyes as well, but it's nice to have it there on the screen. The turning circle is pretty good. The heated seats is now warm. I will close the, I was thinking of closing the glass roof, but I've got my GoPro camera there, so let's not close that roof there. Now, the rest of the inside look, especially in terms of the dash, you've got a lot of leather as well as the piano inlay look. So that contrast between the beige Windsor leather interior versus the black piano inlay look with the silver trimming, I think all of it contrasts each other extremely well. Right now, mileage wise, I said it was circa 47,000 miles, but it's done 47,684 miles. This is still a very low owner's vehicle. It's done sensible miles. It's been very well looked after. You've got the auto wipers, the auto headlights. From a driving and a comfortability point of view, this is everything you could ask for in a Range Rover, and in a Sport it doesn't get better than this. And lastly, if you're somebody that likes to have your cold drinks, there's a fridge under the handrest as well. You've got aux and a USB connectivity there as well if you like to listen to your music via USB or through an aux. And what I like about the Range Rover is just overall the position of the seating makes a nice lovely difference. And this being the autobiography and rather well kitted out with a SVR, I think I'm always kind of overly happy sitting in one of these and just enjoying every single moment of being inside the vehicle, it having all the spec, all the comforts that I need in the world. to me, I think this is by far more than I expected in a car for myself. That's if I was to keep it. It is currently for sale through our business. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. It's got a full main dealer service history until 2020, and then we've serviced it for this friend of the business who purchased a Porsche Macan Turbo from us, and he just wanted a change and decided to go ahead with a Porsche. This, from a reliability point of view, has not given him any headache whatsoever. There are known, in some circles where people, unfortunately, whether that be lack of maintenance or not fueling it correctly and not doing their services on time, unfortunately you could have issues with them if you neglect them. But something like this that's been well looked after, that's been given a lot of care, a lot of the mileage is motorway miles as well. It was owned by an elderly, so it wasn't abused or used or driven in and around the city. Therefore, other than recently doing the brake pads, this hasn't needed any sort of big mechanical items from a works point of view. So if you want something that's all complete, all there, I guess this is the Range Rover Sport. So if you're buying one elsewhere and you're watching this video in 2 or 3 months' time, when this is not available, my advice would be to always make sure that you buy it from somebody that is taking good care of it, someone that's looked after it, and overall just the essential maintenance work has always been done and not compromised in any way, form or shape. Now, in terms of the interior spec, this being the Range Rover Sport Autobiography edition, this is pretty well spec'd. Firstly, starting with this gorgeous beige leather, beige Windsor leather interior. The front seats are both heated and cooling, and the rear seats are heated only, and it also has its own climate control. In total, I think this has 4 separate climate control zones, which is absolutely incredible. Another really big spec item, which is also an optional spec item, is the adaptive cruise control system, including the Q system. The steering is finished in leather, which is also heated, and you've got both the Bluetooth and the music connectivity through your mobile phone. You've also got the air suspension, the auto terrain response system. It's got the 8-speed auto transmission, and that touchscreen does an incredible job from an entertainment point of view. If you've got kids, this has the rear entertainment system, which I'll go through. But before I can go to the back, let me just continue finishing the front and what is available from a spec point of view here at the front. As well as these being the cooling seat, these are the beige Windsor leather interior seats. You've got the memory, something around 18-way electrically adjustable seats with lumbar supports. You've got the Meridian sound system, and overall, from a comfortability point of view, once you are sitting behind the driver's seat, you've also got the auto beam headlights. This also has the light package, which means you've got the ambient lighting system, and the steering rack is electrically adjustable. Now on to the back, of course, you have the side steps, which makes it incredibly nice. The seats look as amazing at the back and as comfortable at the back, because I've been in the back of this vehicle, as they are at the front. And here, as I mentioned, you've got the 2 climate control zones for both passengers here. You've got this beautiful double panoramic sunroof with a blind. These screens are the rear entertainment seat screens. So when you've got your kids and you want to just keep them quiet, you get these beautiful, amazing Land Rover headsets, and they are very comfortable. Sorry, what did you say? Can't hear you. So they are very good. At a press of a button, you switch it on and you could play something for them through that screen there. Also comes with a remote control, so you could watch telly or go through the channels as you like. This is got the control panels for both the individual heated seats, and if you want a little bit more of a luxurious drive for your kids in terms of placing their drinks, they can place them there quite easily. Here on the side door, on the door cards, as well as it being finished in Windsor leather, it's also got the piano inlay look. Now I'll go to the back of the vehicle. You've got the auto opening and closing boot. with a parcel shelf. That should hopefully give you plenty of space, and you've got a full-size spare at the back as well. In terms of the tire tread, all the 4 tires have got a lot of tire tread, and the full spare seems like it's not been used previously. And lastly, in terms of the number of owners, this from new has 4 owners. The current owner has had it since about 2019. He's been a friend of the business. He's purchased a Porsche Macan Turbo from us at a cost of in excess north of £50,000. So he's looked after it. He's had new brake pads recently done, a new service, as well as a new MOT. Overall, in terms of a service history, had a full main dealer Land Rover service history until 2020, and since 2020 we've been servicing it for this friend of the business. So it's in absolutely incredible condition. Since we've had it in stock for the past 3 weeks, to kind of put the reliability and to kind of put a personal touch to this vehicle, I've probably done about 1,000 miles, because it's a car that we can drive to pick up a car from a customer, or if we're delivering a car to a customer. It is a very luxurious car. It's got this phenomenal stance and a look to it, and kind of, you know, you turn up in this looking like you are a movie star. So can't go wrong in that regard. So hopefully I've covered every angle of this Range Rover Sport for you. If you've got any other questions, drop us an email or give us a call. And lastly, don't forget one more time to subscribe. Thank you for watching this long video, because we earn money which gets given to a UK registered charity, and we can do some good work with it. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.